Hola mis amores, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna be doing a sun-kissed makeup look. This is gonna be very much summer vibes. Since summer is coming up, I'm super excited, honestly. I can't wait to go to the beach and go to the pool. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and let's get started. So I'm gonna start off with the e.l.f. 16-hour hydrating camo concealer, and I'm going to be dabbing this all over my eye, and then I'm gonna go in with the brush. I'm just using this for my eyeshadow base. You're welcome to using eyeshadow primer if you like, but I personally always use concealer, and it always worked out for me. I know this is not my shade, but I didn't know, okay? I didn't know until I watched this video, and I was like, that is definitely not my shade. So I'm gonna be using the eyeshadow palette from e.l.f. that is called Matte for Matte, and I'm gonna be using this first shadow, the first shadow on the palette. It's like a boom color, and I'm just gonna dab it all over my eyelids to set my concealer. For this, you can honestly use any shadow that matches your skin tone. You can use your powder even. Then after this, I'm going to be taking the fourth color in the palette, and this is like a coral shade. It's more of a pink coral shade, I would say. And because this palette does not have shade names, I'm going to try my best to describe the colors that I'm using. But I'm using this all over my eyelid, and I'm also blending it out on my crease and above my crease, just making sure there's no harsh lines. I'm taking the seventh shade on this palette, and this is a really warm light brown, and I'm just taking it and put it on my crease and all the way across my crease, just trying to blend it out, and some of it a little bit on my eyelid. Just make sure that everything blends out very smoothly. If you need to go back and add more color, you can go back and forth between the two colors and add more color. Just always make sure you go light-handed because it's easier to build the color up than to take away. For the third shade that we're going to be using, I'm going to use the ninth color on this palette. This is a dark taupe color, and I'm putting this on the outer corner of my lid under the crease, and as I blend it out, I'm going to be taking it up to the crease. For this part, you can use any color that you would like for your eyelid. I'm using a bone shade shimmer color, and I just took this from one of my palettes randomly. This is going to be going all over my lid, and I'm gonna stop halfway, and then I'm gonna be taking a fluffy brush and I'm gonna blend it out with the other matte shades that we put on earlier. So I'm going to go in with my gel liner from Maybelline, and it's a brown gel liner. I'm going to be making the tiniest little bitty line on my eyes, super close to my eyelash. It's just to make my eyelashes look a little bit fuller. It's not really to be an eyeliner, you know what I mean? But you can, do an eyeliner or whatever you would like. I have very hooded eyes, so I didn't really want to do an eyeliner look with this. And then I'm going to be using the last Sensational mascara, also from Maybelline. Here I'm taking the retractable brow pencil from Wet n Wild in color medium brown, and I'm just filling in my eyebrows. I'm not doing nothing really too crazy. I'm just filling them in, and I blend this out with the little spoolie that it comes with, because this is more, the tip is a little bit dull a little bit after you use it, but I don't really mind. Right here, I'm going to be color correcting under my eyes. I got really bad discoloration, so I'm going to be using the LA Color Conceal Correct in the shade Peach, and I'm adding a very small portion under my eyes and blending it out, because this thing is like a little bit goes a long way with this. so I don't really need that much. I'm gonna be blending this out with my finger because that's how I find I got the best coverage with this, and just very gently, because you know your under eye area, it's very sensitive. And then I'm gonna put some concealer under my eyes, and I'm using the e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer, and this is not the hydrating camo concealer that I used earlier. This is the original formula that they came out with first, and I'm using that one. And as you can see, I put way too much. So I was trying to blend it out, but it wasn't really working. Yeah, this concealer is very high coverage, so you want to be careful with it. Y'all, don't be like me and put too much concealer under your eyes. I was struggling, and I tried as best as I could to blend it out, but it was still too much. Like I said earlier, it's always better to build it up than to take away, and this is one of those examples. Here I'm gonna be using the Covergirl Skin Milk BB Cream. This is in the shade Light Medium, and honestly I think this might be like a little bit too light for me. It was definitely not my shade. As you can see, I struggle with finding my correct shade. But this is just a little BB cream that I have, and this is going to be like a dewy BB cream, but it doesn't come out looking like that because I put powder and I make it look very matte. But I didn't show it in here, but I did put primer on before I started doing my makeup. I used the e.l.f. Putty Primer, and that primer is so good. You guys should definitely try it. So I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me powders, and I'm using the shade 05 and the shade 15, and I mix those shades together, and then I use it because that is the best shade for me, I find. I do prefer using their compact powder instead of the loose powder, but I have this, so I have to use it. I'm not just gonna throw it away. But these are good too. So after my BB cream is set, I'm just going in on my bottom lash line, and I am putting that coral shade we used earlier. I'm taking the Ace Beauty bronzer palette, and I'm taking the 2 lightest shade on the palette, and I'm gonna be using it to bronze my face. I'm using it on the highlights of my cheeks, on my forehead, under my jawline, a little bit on my neck, under my nose, and on the sides of my nose. So I did went a little bit overboard with the bronzer. I just love the bronzer. The look it gives you is really pretty, but yeah, I did put it a little bit too much. So I'm going in with some blush here, and I was using the PH Cosmetics, the 12 blush palette set that they have. I'm just, putting all the apples of my cheeks, and then I go up to my cheekbones, and then I'm also gonna put some of it on my nose. I also find that when I don't smile while applying blush, I can put it where I wanted it to look, because usually when I smile and I apply the blush, it goes down. Here I'm just using the Precious Petals by Wet n Wild highlighter, and I'm putting it a little bit on the tip of my nose, on my bridge. I'm also going to be putting some of it on my inner corners and on my cupid's bow, and obviously on my cheekbones. So this lip liner I'm using here, I have no idea what it's called because I lost it. I cannot find it. It's like the earth swallowed it or something, but I'm gonna describe the color. So this is like a dark brown with a red undertone. And I'm going to be using this lip liner with the lipstick Teddy Bear by Milani. The lip liner, it's a little bit more on the warm side since it also has the red undertone. It makes it like a warm brown shade. I just wanted to point that out. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. I really love the way the look came out, and this is it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you get notified every time I post. And remember, be happy and smile. Mwah.